So today, lads, we're going to be learning about the top 10 international prospects in the NBA draft. I haven't been focusing too much on a lot of these, so I know quite a few of them. If some of them have really been picking it up this year, Nolan Traore, obviously been brilliant. I think when it's all said and done, Ben Sarif is going to probably be pushing his way towards a top 5 pick. I think he'll probably end up being better than Nolan Traore. And he's been superb. Absolutely superb. This season. And then it's an interesting when it comes to a Edo Gonzalez, because he is unbelievable, but as not great as Real Madrid are at EuroLeague, it's hard to get minutes at EuroLeague, especially when he's a scorer and they have Jenan Musa, they have Mario Hezonja, they have these NBA level player guys he's having to play over. So this is from Jonathan Gavoni, and I normally do trust Jonathan Gavoni. It says here, the 2026 draft seems to be tracking as one of the weakest we've seen from an international standpoint, which could result in some of these players putting their NBA dreams on hold, which is very, very interesting. So the number one is Nolan Traore, and he's been kind of projected to be that number one player. I think when it's all said and done, it will be Ben Sarif in as that top international prospect. And again, if you guys agree with this, subscribe. We are trying to hit 5.7k by the end of the day, and right now we're actually not that far off. We're only 65 off. We could do that. That's incredible. But let's get back onto it. He says here he's taking his lumps through a brutal early season schedule. His spectacular play mixed with difficult moments. He struggled scoring, efficiency, turnovers, bad defense, playing with the physicality of elite level European competition, shooting 42% from 2 and 30% from 3, and a poor 99.6 offensive rating, which is, he's playing at a high level. He is playing in the Champions League. He's playing in the Pro A. And I will say this, the Pro A is the closest league to the NBA as far as the style of play. It is the style of play. So I'm not going to be too down low on him, but yeah, I think he has struggled a little bit. Edo Gonzalez has not played a lot this year. Says here he's perhaps the least favorable situation, projected 8 to 20. He's competing for minutes on a stacked Real Madrid team, solely focused on winning the ACB and return to the early Final Fours, where they've been each of the past 3 seasons. Averaging 7 minutes per game, will be held accountable with any questionable decisions or defensive mishaps, resulting in a one-way ticket to the bench. Strong play won't always result in additional opportunities. Since impressive duel with 15-year-old Cooper Flagg in the championship game. The one thing is that I will always say about Edo Gonzalez is that he's the type of guy that he was better for Real Madrid than Igor Demon was. So I'll always say with him is we've seen guys that I'm not sure would be in this situation, and then all of a sudden they're being thrust into the spotlight. They're being thrown into a situation spotlight where they're playing as a weaker competition, like a Demon, the Lithuanian guy who plays for Illinois, where it's they will be riding the bench for Real Madrid or Barcelona if they stayed in Spain too. I will say though, if Demon ends up succeeding at BYU, we're going to see an awful lot of European players, especially because of all the NIL stuff and everything. These players can make more money by going to play in the US than playing in Europe now. So I think we're going to see a lot more European high-level players going off to the States. I do like him as a player. But it's going to be one of those things where it all depends on how well the workouts go and how well they trust that potential, because he's not going to play much this season. He's really not going to play much. Then we got Ben Sarif. I think when it's all said and done, he's going to be the top 5 pick. Starting point guard for a team in the Bundesliga and Euro Cup. He had an outstanding MVP. He was the under-18s Eurobasket MVP. He's from Israel. He is really, really good. I'm a big fan of him as a player. It says here, luckily for Sarif, the NBA talent evaluators, a large volume of games are yet to come in Euro Cup and BBL, which will send significant insight into his long-term projection. I think he's been really good so far for them, and he was a lot better this year than a Juan Nunez was for Ulm last year. Noah Essingu from the same team, and he says here he's been highly productive as a 17-year-old, had a 20.8 rebound assist in a preseason game against the Portland Trail Blazers. That's one of those things that people are going to be really kind of hyped about. You're probably looking at him going late lottery, early 20s just from that game alone. But I do think he's been okay. Best performance come in the lower level intensity Euro Cup competition. Has Euro Cup dropped that much? Like, the last, again, like, I've been watching some of these games, and I've just kind of been watching games. I didn't realize Euro Cup and Champions League around the same level. Obviously, it's lower than Euro League, but like Euro Cup's surely at least a similar level to the Bundesliga. Like, then you've got Micah Ruzic going 20 to 35. No idea about the guy. Merged out of nowhere last season. Wyoming Scouts as a 17-year-old in best domestic league and a 17-year-old starter in the ACB. Hitting 39% of threes and showcasing exceptional feel for the game this season. Got off to a much rocky start. His shots weren't falling much consistency. So for the serious thumb ligament injury, shut him down 3 to 4 months. He's probably not going to go to the draft. If 2026 apparently is as weak as people are saying, he's not going to go to the draft. Like, if it's just Ibansta. Joan Beringer, playing in the ABA, which is the Serbian, or it's the Adriatic League. Seen 27 minutes per game. Okay, it's not too bad. Third youngest prospect in top 100, turned 18. He's been playing basketball seriously for only around 3 years. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Again, I haven't seen anything really. But, like, playing 27 minutes per game is not bad for someone who's only playing ball 3 years as a big. Rocco Zakarski, he's just huge. He's just huge. Like, just take him with a second round pick. I'm not gonna lie, like, he's not playing much in the NBL, but like, you still just he's monster. Just take him with a second round pick. He's a monster. I'll show you guys him. He's only 18, but he is a absolute monster. Like, the guy's 7'3", and he's a big kid. Like, he looks like he's in his mid-20s. If you see this guy, maybe the picture doesn't do it justice, but like, when you see the guy walking around, he looks like a grown-ass man, especially for a 7'3" kid at that age. I wouldn't mind even going to the States for a year in college. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But again, you never know. When we saw with like Mara from UCLA, how much he struggled with that. But he's really not playing much in the NBL. Dink Pate. Is Dink Pate international? Like, I know he played in the G League. Where is he playing? Dink Pate, USA. Oh, so he's playing in the G League. I was confused. I'm like, what does this mean? International? Why is Dink Pate an international prospect? Johan Grunlow, projected 25 to 45. Second best shot blocker in Germany. That's impressive. That is impressive. Knocking down 8 of 17 threes. Not too bad. In fairness, not too bad. I know you got Sergio De La Rey, Spanish. There's not a lot of Spanish guys in the NBA right now. He's playing for Valencia, who are top of the Euro Cup and 4th in the ACB. A team that goes 12 deep on any given night, plays only 11 minutes per game. While De La Rey has played, he's been outstanding, making 39% from 3. Doesn't turn 90 until next month. Okay. It's hard. Honorable mentions, Alex Tuhi from the NBL, Noah Penda, Mohamed Faye. Are there any Giants here? It's funny with your man Almansa. He was projected to be a first-round pick last year, and his projected range is 45 to undrafted, and he pulled out a draft. Man, he should have just went for the draft. He was going to be a first-rounder last year. That was a bad idea. 45 to undrafted, because he was dominant in the Under-19s World Cup. But yeah, some of these players I've been following for years, like a Edo Gonzalez, like a Traore, in fairness, like an Almansa who's not there, or a big boy from Australia. But a few of these guys are players I haven't followed too much, and it's going to be interesting to see more going closer to the draft. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.